bring in about 5 to 10 trucks a day of oranges, and it goes through this truck. In our storage there, usually it stays here about 3-4 days before it goes to our customers. The people we are selling to, Chimicha, all these people do this thing called Chimicha, the other one, they use the product process. Chimicha, Oman, yes. And then here are the labs. Of course, we have the offices and the labs. The raw material. These are sample bags. When we make these concentrates, this is what we send to our customers for marketing. Once they receive this, they test it in their product. Once they find out it is what they want, that's when they order. That is when we send the drums to them. Also, what this has allowed us to do is when we produce, we keep this here in hand. So we continue to monitor it, knowing exactly what our product is doing. Oh, okay. Knowing exactly what our products is doing out there in the marketplace. So this is how we sample, and then this is also what we manufacture. Send to our customers for marketing. Here we do analysis, we do acidity, yield, and all these other analysis in here in this lab. I have Mr. Musa Bamai is the head of quality control and assurance.
Minister, you are welcome to my name is Musa Nda. I'm the Quality Assurance Manager. Here we test for the quality of the raw material, the fruits as they come in. The test we do, we check the bricks. We also check for the acceptability of the raw material. We have an acceptance criteria from the farmers, which we have distributed to them. We meet with them at a local level, and then we get their input as we source for the raw materials. As the raw materials comes in, we check for rot, we check for ripeness, we check for maturity of the fruits, and any objectionable material among these things, either we select or we reject as source before we put on the line. Here, when they come here, we check for the bricks, which is an index of the sugar content. We check for the acidity. We check for the pH. We check for the stability of the fruit, the juice, after extraction. And then we send it to the line for concentration and then packaging. On the line, there are tests we check. That will be on the process control area. These are some of the things we do. And we have some of our machines here that we would like to... All right. Thank you, sir.
Safety problems. And here, come on. Yes. Honorable, this is the control room where we control all the conditions and processing during production. Next to it is Mr. Mutiage, the production manager, is more like in charge of production on a daily basis. So,
Honorable Minister, you're welcome. Welcome to the production section. As you can see, this is the panel. Most of the systems here are automated. And we're happy to also inform you that it's purely manned by Nigerians, 100%. Yes, right from the production manager down to the supervisors. We ensure here again that concentrate which is what we produce. As we also, we might not be aware, the first concentrate plant we have in the plant. So it's a noble objective that is purely manned by Nigerians, which I believe is also part of the good governance which we are talking about, where we are doing 100% by ourselves. So here we have also been doing on this, and we've also had several productions. We have several productions. We have some of it out there, which I believe you also have received. Just like you've seen the samples, we bagged it and it's ready for market. Thank you and welcome.
away from the orange, making it in a better preservation state. So we can go this way so that I can take a look at it.
Okay, no.
Because we are taking the problem so that we can concentrate. But the plant is down 1,000 as well as the pulp from the product. Now, because the product the manufacturers make, the 65 bricks is globally, that is the standard. So here, this is a very critical and important machine for us. This is the evaporator, wiped film evaporator, and it takes out the water by the condensation. Gentleman here, come. This is Titus Hooper. Titus Hooper is the engineer here, is the maintenance engineer, and I'll let him say one or two.
Sir, this is as my CEO said, this is the evaporator. It's a drop film. It's a very, very modern, one of the most recent. It's one of the most recent technologies that we have, sir. What it does, it takes out water from the product you have, and then we have the concentrate back where you saw the packaging. It's a very, very interesting technology. You know, we do very fast evaporation here. It's just like you're cooking. When you're cooking, you see the steam will be coming out after what you're cooking. That's what this does. It takes out the water from the product by heating it, and then the steam comes up. So it takes out the water from the steam. That's what it does when you cook in the house. Just, yes, exactly.
It is true, we have a steam boiler there which allows us to evaporate some of the water from it. But the good thing is this is under vacuum, because you don't want to cook the orange. If you cook it, the taste will change. So we have it under vacuum. So instead of it boiling at a high temperature, it boils at about 40 degrees. Now it doesn't even get hot. You can touch it, but water will be coming out of it because it's under vacuum. So that's the essence, one of the more important things in that technology. Let us show you a little orchard. Because when the government manager, HR and admin manager talk how we get oranges to this place and the kind of amount of oranges and everything we get.
Round the year, as long as we can get, we try to plant this orchard. We have all varieties of oranges here. We have Valencia, we have Ibadan Sweet. We have all of them so that they can indicate to us when we need Ibadan Sweet. Ibadan Sweet. Yes, sir.
Wow.
So,
Ibadan Sweet. That's the variety.
Yes, the variety. So so we have done all these ones. This orchard is here so that each tree we have here can give us a guide at the time that we can have each of the variety that we need to run. And now what we do now is that we go to meet with the farmers in BENUE State. There's a lot of orange in BENUE State. We go to the villages, we get to see the farmers. As I talk to you now, we went on air to tell all the farmers that have ripe oranges to bring and we will buy. As a matter of fact, apart from working with the farmers, also we are also talking with the dealers of orange to bring us orange here to run. We have a plan to run about 10 trucks of orange here every day, and the farmers are working with us. The dealers are also working with us. Thank you.
Great. Maybe we'll take questions.
There are a lot of oranges rotting there in the bush, but we were surprised at the point we came here. You didn't have oranges on ground to do your carry-out processing. What problems are you having in sourcing oranges from the farmers? Because some of our reporters went to the rural areas and discovered that these farmers are losing a lot of oranges, especially in the wake of some security challenges in some parts of the country where they no longer come and buy this thing in bulk. What are you doing to try and mop up more of these oranges so that farmers don't continue to lose?
That's a very good question. Now, one of the major reasons that we decided to invest in this business in the first place, aside from the normal business idea of making money and profit, is to stop and arrest the post-harvest losses and these kind of problems the farmers have been having in terms of wastage to to oranges in BENUE State and across Nigeria, by the way. Now, you understand that we just commissioned the factory, and there are cycles in orange production. There are 3 varieties as the gentleman has said initially. The Bittersweet has just gone out of season, and it's time. About 2 weeks ago, Valencia is supposed to be coming to the market. It's not ripening yet. You know why? There has been excessive rain this season on the farms. If rains don't stop, an increase in amount of sunshine, oranges will not ripe. That is the difficulty we are having at this particular point. Now, for us, as business people that are looking on the long view, it's not a problem, as the oranges are coming. But the issue about getting oranges in here, in the past 3 weeks, we are running about 5 trucks of oranges here every day. So we are getting it from the farmers. Remember, there are 17 local governments out of the 23 here in BENUE State that have oranges. We know them. Every one of them, we have contacts. We have phone numbers of farmers. The other thing we have done in terms of getting oranges here is to put advertisements in the radio. And I'm sure, I don't know who farmers are or people that live here in BENUE, you will have heard on FM, AM, as well as Joy and Harvest radio stations, of course, telling farmers in BENUE State that the problem that they're having or issues that you have raised is going to be a thing of the past. The cycle, I can tell you, based on the production cycle that comes into place, in 2 weeks, this will change because all the oranges will come here as soon as this thing are ripe. One thing that is essential for us is that there are certain specifications and quality that the orange must have for it to be useful for us. It is going to begin to happen in 2 weeks' time, and we will use those oranges.
The people you employ here, and probably are you thinking of diversifying? That is getting away from oranges alone, and then thinking about pineapple and other things. Are you thinking of diversifying?
I was listening back there, but I think what I got from your question is how many people we employ. Currently on our payroll, we have 60 people. Now, aside from that, we have part-time workers. Remember I said something about cycling nature of the business. We need 60 people on a daily basis on our payroll. But we also use about the same number of people when we are operational as casual labor. So when we are fully operational, we use about 120 people daily. And we also have 3 shifts. In terms of expansion, we are speaking with His Excellency the Governor. He has has agreed with us. We have an expansion plan of building a factory 5 times the size of what you are looking at right here in the back. We are talking with the Governor. This is something that he has assured us and part of his PPP plans and the things he's doing here to support and give us an enabling environment. Is a part of his giving us his word that he's going to give us that property back there so that we can put a bigger factory. Now, what we've also done is, since the farmers know where we are, it's going to be easy for them to be able to locate the new factory that we're going to place here and continue to get the oranges.
My name is Chief Mrs. Nkechi Okemilimba, the National President, National Council of Women Societies. Sir, I want to ask you that question, how many people are employed, but unfortunately somebody has done that. Sir, I want to know how many women that works with you. Thank you.
Steven Alichonaba, BENUE Television. 2-fold question, please. Are your products for export?
Ask all your questions.
All right. If they are for local consumption, I want to know your customers, those persons that deal with you, so that when I'm buying, I'll know that I'm buying a quality product. Thank you.
Tama Okwaze is my name. I write for News Echo. Sir, the abundance of oranges in the state, just like yams among others, is said to have made the products too much for you, and therefore you don't price them very well, and that you deprive producers of their own income. React to this, please.
I was actually going to touch on this matter. How are you empowering farmers? There's one thing to have a factory. At what price do you buy these oranges? How does it encourage them to plant more? But the more they earn, the more you will have sufficient oranges here. So I don't know how this plant is empowering farmers, orange growers in BENUE. That's number 2. Is there any extension services between your factory and those orange producers in terms of growing the right variety of oranges that will give results?
Thank you, sir. In terms of extension services, we are just coming into the market. One thing is we are empowering farmers. Now farmers that will initially take their oranges 500 miles away, have all kinds of difficulties, don't have to do that anymore. There has been a lot of farmers that die in accident on their way traveling, taking oranges. A lot of these oranges spoil even before it gets to where it's going. Now, the maximum distance they have to take the orange is all of 25 to 40 miles. That's a major empowerment for the farmers. 1. 2, we are buying these oranges at market prices that is being dictated by the market. And the other thing is the farmers are guaranteed and assured of a place they can take their oranges to that is nearby that will buy it. Not only that, we have a turnaround of 3 days at the maximum. Now, initially what the farmers were doing is they load it on a truck, take it to however distant land and hope they get paid for it. Today, if you bring your oranges, we certify it as right for us, we pay you maximum of 3 days. I remember some farmers that we met from Vandakia and Ushongo that came here. After we sold to them, they waited. I mean, after they sold to us, they waited and collected their check. The man was completely astonished and surprised. So these are the kind of things we have been doing to empower them. The more we buy these oranges, the more they are incentivized. Honorable.
When you say at market price, like this, it's not about it. This is company. The price will come down below production. Those farmers, they don't pay themselves for the level to work on the market.
We pay around 45 naira per kilo, and that's quite good. Any other question? Yeah, the madam asked about women. The first thing I'm going to say is this. We have a company that is very, very women friendly. That's 1. 2, about 25 to 30% of our current on-staff employees, apart from labor, are women. And we also know all of the things that the life of a woman entails. We work very closely with them. This is a place that is very women friendly. We have women that are expecting children at this time. We have ones that are nursing mothers at this time, and we know what we do to support them. So it is something that is very important to us.
It's owned by the state government, except the joint venture. Who are the owners?
This is a PPP, public-private partnership. What has happened is the BENUE state government, about 2005 or so, started investment in the factory. They completed the investment in about 4 or 5 years after, and we came along at the time when the state itself was divesting its equity. Yes. So what we have done is to do a long-term lease with the potential to outright buy of this factory from the state government. Now, there are reasons why we are postponing the possibility of outright takeover of the factory. We like the relationship we have with the government of BENUE State at this time. We are leasing on a long-term basis, and when we install our own expansion plant, then that's what's going on. That's correct.